I personally think that Mexico is going to be the number one tourist destination
Mm,
in the world
yeah.
for 2021,
Oh
if
yeah.
not going forward. Because why are I mean, now that we're talking about Spain, and we are right now we are both in Europe. I was outside of Europe for a couple months, 2 or 3 months earlier this year,
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
around Mexico and the United States. But right now we are in Europe, and I think tourism. People want to travel. Everybody I talk to, everybody says that they miss
Absolutely.
travel. People
Absolutely.
definitely, whatever it is, holidays, business. I don't think that's going away.
It's the
And
number one feature of freedom, right? You want to travel. Where
yeah,
do you want to go
yeah,
and where you want to go?
yeah. And it's also extremely important for business. I think, for um, overall wealth,
Yeah.
all over the world, that people meet each other, different cultures and so on. But what we have in Europe right now is very difficult, for a lot of people, maybe to take on when they're thinking about traveling. I mean, a practical example: when I came back here, I spoke to a bunch of people, like taxi drivers, and overall, we were talking about, okay, so you planning anything for your holidays? And a lot of people told me, first of all, a lot of people first of all say I'm going to stay at home,
Yeah.
and second of all, a lot of people said I'm definitely not flying because
Yeah.
I don't want to get stuck somewhere. And with all these restrictions, it just makes it difficult.
Oh
Which,
yeah.
why am I saying that? I'm saying that because Mexico, um, is very, very much open.
Mm-hmm.
There are no, at least, as I'm saying it, unless they've changed it in the last couple of days or something. There are, and there were, when I went there, there were no test requirements.
Yeah.
You are free to go there. Most
Yeah.
of the services are open. People are working. When I came there, actually, people, and this was in the midst of, in the Czech Republic, for example, or in Europe overall, everything was very much shut down. Everybody was just kind of like, let's not do anything. And when I came to
Yeah.
Mexico, it was very, very pessimistic, I would say. When I
Mm-hmm.
came to Mexico, people actually said, "Oh, this is so great that you're here. We really appreciate it because that's kind of what keeps us going in terms of our economy. You know,
Of
we're
course.
very
Of
much
course.
dependent on it."
Of
And
course.
at the same time, you got Mexico is very well positioned,
Mm-hmm.
is right next to the United States. It's a super popular destination with the United States. And I got to say, when I was there, and this was in, I think this was February, March,
Yeah.
um, it was just like, it was, first of all, I was in the Caribbean. Second
Yeah.
of all, it was super, super optimistic
Yeah.
how people, um,
That's so good to
basically
hear.
lived there, how people
Yeah.
lived there. Everything was open, socializing, the climate. I have a lot of positive things to say about Mexico. I think there's so much opportunity, and that's kind of why you're focusing on it. And I don't
Yeah.
see, and the important thing, one more thing, the important thing is that I don't see it closing down
Mm-hmm.
anytime soon, for a lot of practical reasons, including the economics. But I was there during the height of COVID. That was actually
Mm-hmm.
at the top of the wave in February or March or something,
Yeah.
and they were still open. I mean, there
Mm.
were like certain zones where there were restrictions and so on, but it was nothing like Europe. And there's a very simple fact: where there
Oh,
are more restrictions, it's just going to be more difficult for people to get in, and the tourism is going to have a harder time. And when there are where there are fewer restrictions, people are going to go there,
absolutely.
and so that's kind
Yeah.
of why we're focusing on Mexico,
Yeah.
right?